Hey guys, so sorry, my cat. I wanted to come on here and put a problem to rest, I guess. My relationship with Jason, people are not liking because they think I'm rude to him, I'm mean to him, what have you. That's far from the truth. Very far. Just come here. So, why that's far from the truth is I'm bluntly honest with him. He gets bad ideas, and I just can't support all of them. Okay, go. Go. Anyway. Excuse me. Anyway, when he gets a bad idea, it's better Take two.
Okay.
So when people say I'm rude to Jason, it's not rude. It's being blunt. There is a difference. I never hit him. I support him. I never... Okay, so joking, we tease each other. That's what couples do all the time. Yesterday, I was over at his house, his parents' house, and we were joking around, you know? Like couples do. I was shooting shots at him. He was shooting them at me. And I know how to take a joke. I know. And I don't take a joke so far as to I know it would offend him or hurt him. I don't do that. I've never hit him. Never will. I know his past. I'm not going to go there with this in this video. But he's told me things that he doesn't like to talk about or told anyone else. I've told him things I don't talk about or have never told a single soul in this lifetime. I haven't even told my best friends about this. I didn't. I couldn't. I'm not going to go into the details, but he knows what I'm talking about. Let's see. He's told me secrets. I trust him. He's never given me a reason not to trust him. My hair is looking all crazy. Anyway, he's never given me a reason to not trust him. If he gave me a reason, okay, maybe I would question him. But I haven't. He has not given me a reason. Excuse me, to need to. If he does something stupid, he knows he better tell me. I better not find it out from someone else. Because that would just make me more upset than if he would have told me himself. And that's with any female, really. You gotta tell your partner, yourself, that you did whatever. You gotta tell them. They don't want to hear it from someone else. Because that makes the situation worse. Let's see. I don't treat him like his exes did. I know how to treat people. I love people. But sometimes I now see things in a sense that he doesn't. There's been situations with people that he was good friends with, and I saw that they were trying to pull him back to the dark side. They were trying to get him to do weed and all that kind of stuff, and he kept saying no. And he knows I will not date someone who smokes weed, who does drugs. I won't do it. I will not do it to myself. My biological mother, I do not live with. Do not even know. I haven't seen her since I was like 2 years old. I'm 29 now. Anyway, she was in a situation, she's out of it, that she was getting harmed. And it was the guy doing it to her. I don't really know her. Anyway. And to me, if you're abusing the person you say you love, you claim to love, that is not love. That's basically saying you're scared to leave, but I'll sometimes show you love, but I don't really love you. Does that make any sense? I don't know. But I've never harmed a person, ever. And if I felt like I did with words or a joke or whatever, and I can see it in their face, I'm like, hey, are you okay? Or whatever. That sounded British. I have to play that back. Anyway. I tell him, I tell them, hey, if what I said just offended you, I do apologize. I'm sorry. Didn't think it would. It does take a genius to see facial expressions and know when someone's upset with what you said, did, whatever. So, and Jason knows this. He knows if I say or do something he doesn't like or doesn't agree with, he's allowed to speak up to me. He's allowed to say, hey, I don't agree with this. Can we talk about it? And we'll talk about it. If it turns out he's right, okay, I'll admit that. Most times he's not, but sometimes he is. And we come to a mutual and mature agreement. Like married, okay? We were engaged, I had to take it off. There's no issues between us, I promise you that. We've been together for 4 years. If there was an issue by now, I'm sure it would have popped up. And we wouldn't be together 4 years later. Anyway, we have a financial situation, I'm not going to explain publicly, that we can't afford to get married right now, if ever. It's just not in the budget. And we talked maturely. We came to a mutual agreement that it's not a great idea for us. It's really not. Not right now. Maybe not for a while, if ever. I love Jason to death. I'll be perfectly honest. In the beginning, like 2019, I didn't think he was my type of guy. Like, for me, I pictured 6 foot, tall, muscular, believed in God. You know, I picture myself as a tall person. Jason's my height. I didn't picture myself with a nerd. But I am with a nerd. And I'm okay with it. Because at the end of the day, I would rather have a nerd that only has eyes for me and loves only me. Not only me, but you know what I mean, in a romantic way. That loves only me over some hot jock who has abs, 6'2" or whatever, and thinks they can get any girl and tries to get any girl. I'd rather have a nerd or a dork that's a total sweetheart over a jock who's a jerk. Hey, that sounded good. Jason liked me 3 years prior to us dating, and I had no idea. I didn't know. He had other relationships before me. I had other relationships before him. And that's how it goes, you know? I didn't know he liked me, like I said. one of his best friends, won't say who, told him, just go for it. You know? And Jason knew I wasn't horrible. He knew I wasn't a bad person. I wasn't mean. Yes, I did question some things. I had questions for him. I'm not going to say question things. I had questions for him before I agreed to a relationship. Part 3. I had questions for him before a relationship could happen or potentially happen. Okay? Yes, he's made mistakes. Yes, I've made mistakes, but not huge, I guess. So, that one point we were broken up for, I don't know, a month maybe. And it was all because someone got in his head. I was going through something, and I didn't. It was like, oh, let me see. It was the 6-year point that my great aunt Helen was the absolute best thing in the world to me. She was my best friend. She died May 4th of 15. So that was 6 years at that point. It's been 8 years now. At that point, it was 6 years. And it still hurt me. And I warned him a month ahead that I would get bad. I wouldn't talk. I'd probably get silent on a lot of people. And I didn't really talk to anyone. I didn't text anybody that week. I gave him that fair warning. And he let someone get in his head. And he broke up with me. And I didn't hold a grudge. I was like, you know what? He just didn't understand. And it wasn't he didn't understand, it was he let someone get in his head. After I warned him. Now, I won't forget that, but I can forgive that. And I have forgiven it. I just won't forget it. Okay? Last night, the evening of the 29th of June, I was crying. Not because of Helen, but because, sorry I said I started crying. People have been saying I'm not good enough for him, or I'm mean or whatever, and I started to believe it. Didn't feel attractive. I didn't feel like I was the one for him. I was scared to lose him, that kind of thing, you know? He kept talking with me, and hang on, let me show you something. Get out of my purse. He got me something, and he said it's a, I don't know how to pronounce it, Celtic necklace or something like that. He said it's for your one true love, or you give it to the person, the one that's for you. If I can get this open. So he got this for me. It's not beautiful, but it's from him. So it's worth it. Okay? So I can't wear it to work, but I can wear it now, for now. If I can get it over my head. I just seriously put it on backwards. Let's try that again. Anyway. It's in my glasses. There. Anyway. Like, he never bought anything for anyone else and when he's dated because they didn't care about him. I show him that I care about him. It took a while for me to learn to trust him because it was a fresh relationship, you know? And I hope this is sterling silver because I'm allergic if it's not. Anyway. What was I saying? I don't know. I'm a blonde. Excuse me. I think, hang on. I just keep rolling. I don't know what I was saying. Anyway, okay, let's just start with something else. I love Jason to death. Actually, the first year we started dating, I didn't tell him that I loved him until, let's see, he asked me out in May 18th of 19. I didn't say I loved him till May, June, July, August, maybe September, so 3-4 months. Because wasn't sure yet. I didn't know yet. And to me, saying I love you is a big thing. It's not just a word or a phrase. It's a feeling, an emotion. And you can't just say it just to say it. You know? Also, to me, an important thing in a relationship is communication, trust, honesty, loyalty, respect, and until you have all 5 of those, to me, you can't have the love. You just can't. And you can't love someone else until you have learned how to love yourself first. Before him, I was single for, I don't know, 6-7 years. I don't know. And I was stressing before him. I was stressing that I had to have somebody help to take care of me, that kind of thing. You know? But I didn't. Once I accepted that I would be okay on my own. I have a cat. Her name is Autumn. As long as she was fed, taken care of, loved, I could pay my bills, I could pay my rent, I could take care of me. I don't have to have a guy. I don't have to. It's nice to have one, but I didn't have to. And once I stopped looking for anybody, just stopped, he came to me. Just a second. Sorry about that, I got a phone call. But I mean, I guess that's all I have to say. I'm going to try to mash up these videos and try to send it to him if I can. Don't know if it will. But to sum it up, I'm not rude to him. I'm not mean to him. I do not abuse him in any sense, any way, any form. He knows to speak up to me if I say or do something he does not like or agree with. He knows that. And he does that. I love him to death. Yes, he can be a pain. But he's my favorite kind of pain, if that makes sense. We show each other love, you know. And he knows I'm not a cuddler kind of person. Not really. I don't like to be touched and stuff like that. I'm just not a fan of it. But there's times when I will. But in a way that I still have some space, you know. Not all close like a high school couple, you know. I don't do that. No. Not for that. So, anyway, summing it up. I love him. He loves me. We have a healthy relationship. If he was not happy, he would not be with me. It's just plain simple. All right. Love y'all. See ya.